Raise your hand if you've ever read a classic book before, not for an assignment, not for a book club, not for a dare, just because. That's impressive. Wow, okay. Now, if you are one of those people who have read a classic book for pleasure, not just to get through it, you'll probably recognize that in that book you can find a character that you can relate to easily. What I mean by this is that you can find something that you and a character in a book have in common. For example, there is a classic called Little Women. Maybe some of you have heard of it. If you haven't, it is about 4 sisters growing up together. They are very close and remind me of me and my 3 sisters. I can relate, though I am the eldest sister in my family, to many characters in the book, and some of their good traits have rubbed off on me. Long ago, language was richer and more full than it is today. Unknowingly, we are using less and less real words and more fake, made-up, sloppy words, and this has been reflected in our literature. If you compare an older book to a modern-day book, the speaking in it is so different, it seems like you are almost reading a different language. Now, some of you may be thinking, the language can be too complex or complicated, but that's okay. In my opinion, you have to warm up to the language and read it several times before you can get the full grasp of the story. There are many different virtues and morals that we can learn from books, such as friendship, honesty, loyalty, responsibility, perseverance. These are all virtues and morals that we can find in most classical books. I say classical because I've noticed that as new and more modern books come out, there seems to be less and less virtues and morals, and they seem more hidden and harder to find. In my opinion, the chances are higher that kids will learn these life lessons better through reading a book in which there is a character that thinks like they do and is their age, than them learning them through a lecture or a sermon. Classic literature has influenced kids for decades, and I hope that this will not be the last, because if it is, that will not have a positive impact on our future. Now, I urge you, instead of going home and going to play Fortnite or play on your Xbox or text your friends or whatever else kids do these days, go to the bookshelf and pick out a good classic book, and you may be surprised how much you could enjoy it. A classic is a book that's never done saying what it has to say. Thank you.